Welcome to the Social Chameleon Show, where it's our goal to help you learn, grow, and transform into the person you want to become. Today, I'd like to issue the boredom challenge. I know. Tyson, listen. I'm not going to be bored. What's wrong with you? That's the thing I avoid every moment of my day. And that's the point. And today, it is too easy to avoid boredom. And we're missing out on the benefits of boredom and some other things I think surrounding this whole boredom concept, the distraction in the brain and all that stuff. That's what I kind of want to talk about today. So let's get into this here. Why? Why should we be bored? First of all, we need to give our brains a chance to relax, to solve problems, and have the ability to refocus. That is really the key, the core to being bored. Boredom is taken on a negative connotation, a thing to strive to stop. Netflix automatically plays the next show, so you have no choice but to continue on and make sure, hey, we're not going to be bored. We got you. We got the next one. TikTok and all these places or whatever, and they just keep playing the next video and it goes on. And I've seen that on YouTube now, and Instagram has it, but just keep it going and keep you sucked in. Let's not face our real problems. Let's not do anything to have a little bit of downtime. But that's really the thing. The power here is when you allow yourself to be bored. And maybe we're going to talk a little bit more about even scheduling some of this kind of downtime. You allow your brain to relax and start to solve problems, things that have been bothering you, a work thing, a project you're working on, a book idea, whatever it is the next thing you're maybe stuck on, a little writer's block or something like that. This is when you have that ability to bring that up. And then I think of all the things I've read and all the things and stuff I've learned about in and around this concept, to me, the best resource really talks a lot about this from front to back is in the book Deep Work. It's rule number 2. So head over to your public library, your local public library. If there's a Barnes and Noble still around you, or a used bookstore or something like that, buy it and return it. But if anything, just go read this one chapter real quick and understand this boredom from beginning to end. I pulled a bunch of notes from this because, like I said, this is probably one of the best resources I found on boredom. I've been interested in this, for a little while now, because frankly, I don't really understand the concept of boredom. There's so many things I'd like to do in a day, so many books to read, so many shows to watch, movies to watch. Like, I don't understand when people say they're bored. So many places to go, so many things to do. I don't understand how you possibly be bored. But with that said, I've learned that we've got to have this boredom time. And that's where I want to, enlighten you guys and, kind of fill you guys in a little bit on this and break you guys away from the pack. That's really, I see the power of this here. So concentration must be trained. That's really the key insight to me here is we've got to train concentration. I've talked about this before. We default to our level of training. We never rise to expectations. So when you think like, oh, when it comes down to it, I'm going to get my stuff done. I'm going to get this. No, the evidence is in, the jury is out. This stuff doesn't happen. You do not, and you cannot. And the people, what we find a lot is the people that think I got this. Watch me do 17 things at once. I'm going to nail them all. They're the worst. They do everything horrible. Everything they think they're doing great, they're doing terrible at. And in the book, they do talk about this. There's a great NPR little audio thing on this. And what it kind of says in there is people who multitask all the time can't filter out irrelevancy. Think about that, especially in the modern 2020s, the 21st century, things we live in now. If you think you're you're great at this and you're out here multitasking. Listen, you can't filter out irrelevancy. Do we, if we stop to think about that for a second, the power, other people that understand these mechanisms, and believe me when I tell you this, these people understand these mechanisms, these news outlets, these social media things, they understand how to get you going, how to keep you moving, how to keep you in their little hedonic treadmill of all this stuff. You pick your red team, your blue team, whatever, this side, that side. They know how to do this. They know how to manipulate. They know how to keep you there. The news, it's not news, it's theater. These people understand this. These guys spend tons of money. They bring in experts. They understand if they keep you as you're working and you're watching tweets and the news is on in the background and you are constantly multitasking. I'm just so informed. I'm the most informed person. I'm so woke. I know everything about everything. Listen, you can't filter out irrelevancy. Think about the impact that has on your life, your family, your community, society. If we're being trained to not filter out irrelevancy, that's huge. And then it goes on to say, this little excerpt I took from it, that they can't manage a working memory and they're chronically distracted. I'll link to this, like everything here. I'll link to everything in the show notes for you guys, so you guys can dig into this and understand what's happening here and the mechanisms that are happening. So you have to think, you think you can concentrate on demand. And this is like what I was talking about a little while ago. It's not possible. We don't have this on-demand ability. Our brains, they get into the habit of this and then they crave it. That's why you're compulsively checking your phone. You're compulsively doing things. Not only to mention, let's not even talk about the addictive mechanisms that are built into these things. Just that your brain is constantly looking for it. It's elastic. It's, well, it's not necessarily elastic, but it's plastic. It can expand out and it can grow and it can be morphed and stuff. It just can't come back. It's not like a rubber band where you stretch it out and you can hold it there for a while and you let it go. It returns to shape. The brain doesn't. It adapts and it changes. And when you train your brain to always be this, that, and another, trust me, I am Captain Distracted. I like the shiny lures. And if I was a bass, I would be hooked all day long. But by learning about this stuff, thinking I could multitask, thinking I could do these things, but learning how ineffective I was, how subpar my work was, and training my mind to be able to think, to be able to concentrate. So many things open up. He has a great story in this chapter in Deep Work, and I've heard a lot of examples about this where the guy trained he had some kind of an injury or some type of learning ability. I kind of forget exactly, but he trained his mind for memory championship. And what the side effect of that was, we did an episode on side effects. If you want to go back and check that out, the side effect of that was he was able to increase his ability to concentrate, which he excelled in college. He was a poor student in school. He couldn't pay attention. He couldn't do these things, but by training his mind and training his brain, he was able to cultivate that skill of concentration, of deep work through memory, through training the mind. It goes back to this. You're training your brain to be distracted. Your brain's going to crave that distraction. Your brain likes to have things the same every day. We know how many calories we're going to spend. We know how much this and that we're going to do. We know what we're going to do. We're going to go here. We're going to wake up. We're going to go to sleep. We're going to eat. It loves that. And so it craves it. And that's, we have a lot of problems with things when we deviate outside of the brain, and it takes some time for your brain to readjust. So, and then another fun kind of thing here, switching from low level tasks to high level things teaches your brain to quit when things get hard. So we need to turn this around. So, that's the thing. A lot of business and a lot of different things, people, you want to be rich, you want to be successful and stuff like that. When you're in this mode of distraction, because you're in this mode of not being able to do deep work, to do deep thinking, to put the phone away and put the stuff on the side, when things get hard, your brain is automatically just wants to go and, whoa, no way, let's go back to that easy stuff, which also feeds back into the cravings and the addiction. So again, when you're training your brain to do low level tasks, to do low level activities, to do low level things, repetitive, things that, are simple tasks, some commonly referred to like, manufacturing and these types of stuff. You're constantly just screwing the one bolt in all day long. It really doesn't take any effort. Switching to the high task thing, your brain just wants to quit. So this is what we got to do. We've got to swap that around. We've got to be diligent and focused on the high level tasks and high level ideas, the high level thinking. And then when we need a break from that, we can switch to the low level things and give ourselves a chance to relax, to let boredom sit in, let the brain relax. And then you're not going to give up on these hard things. You're not going to quit the business, the very first roadblock you have. You're not going to quit the screenplay you were writing. You're not going to quit the novel you're writing, the very first sight of writer's block. Or when you sit down in front of this blank page, and like, whoa, fuck that. Yeah, this blank thing is terrifying. Stephen Pressfield does a great job in talking about this, the resistance. I recently reread War of Art. Boy, just so many great nuggets in there. And then I went even deeper, and I call it the Pressfield Pack, press play on the resistance is what I like to call it. It was I like to say a 3-book series, a set, War of Art, Turning Pro, and Do the Work. It really talks really in depth about this resistance and doing this work. But this is where this comes from. You want to conquer this resistance, but you've got to train your mind to get off of these distractions, to get away from these things, so you can allow yourself the freedom, the flexibility from going from high to low. Because like we said, when you go from low to high, we quit. We don't want to be doing that. We want to conquer the resistance. We don't want to let the resistance win. Okay. That's all, every day long, all day long. This is what we're fighting. We're fighting resistance. We call it procrastination. We call it lots of things. And that's what we're fighting. This is why I fought doing this episode. I need to do more research. That's the resistance fighting me, telling me, all right, no, enough. Let's hit record. Let's get going. You got enough of this. You know about this. You've learned about this before. That's the resistance. We all face it. That's why we got to stop this. That's why we got to embrace this. We got to embrace the boredom. We've got to embrace I'm not going to be controlled by this. I'm not going to be manipulated by this. One thing I did to personally, really start to see this addiction, start to see this distraction. Oh, what? Wait, let me write this down. Oh, let me Google that thing real quick. Oh, I'm in the middle of reading a book. I'm three words into a sentence, and I got to Google something. All this thing popped in my head. Meditation was the one thing that really helped me start to see when you pick up your phone and say, why have I picked this up? It becomes this reflexual habit. You're in the middle of doing something hard, and it's, whoa, something easy, like we just talked about. Meditation really helped. That first thought of, why is this happening? And then, when I initially started really getting into meditation, I would be jumping on social media or email or something like that, whatever, to check something. And next thing you know, I'm just kind of going through, and then I'm like, why am I still here? I don't know. That's a reflexual habit. Maybe most likely I was probably avoiding something. Like we said, running away from the high because I'm too focused on the low. That was great. I really like this. There's Waking Up is one I use. Calm Headspace, those are great apps. I'll link to those in the thing. One of the keys here in the book and throughout history, lots of, Ben Franklin and all these kinds of guys, they did this walking meditations, or you go on for these long walks, no phone, no headphones. You're out there. This is your chance to be bored. This is when I think your brain really gets a chance to thrive. This will help you with a work problem, solving a problem, strategizing things, coming up with ideas, writer's block, all these things where ideas are going to be flowing. And some people have talked about that when we're walking, and every time our foot hits, it pushes the blood up, and it helps get more blood up into the brain from the feet. It helps your body circulate the blood. There's one theory along those lines, but really what really is it gives your brain a chance to relax. If you can do this in some type of nature, that really seems to be the best strategy. They found that if you're doing this in a city and you're trying to cross different streets and stuff, you don't really get your brain doesn't really get a chance to really kind of let go, because you got to worry about crossing the street and the cars and these different things. And if a lot of people are walking by, you got to negotiate that. So try to get somewhere where it's either a neighborhood and there's very little, no traffic. Here in Arizona, where we live, we have these walking trails by the city. the beautiful trails off sometimes on the side of the freeway or something like that along the lines, really out of the way. There's no traffic. There's nothing no streets to cross. These beautiful trails. Those I really find, when I'm doing this that's where I head. And like my neighborhood, I can walk one giant square as well. And I can just keep walking that square. I don't have to cross any streets. I don't have to worry about any pedestrians. I don't have to worry about any cars crossing. So my brain really gets a chance to flow. So that is great. But ultimately, beyond this little hack, the productivity increases and stuff you'll get from this walking meditation is going on against walks. It's the biggest benefit of this is that you're able to have time thinking deeply. And this is the ultimate master key, the ultimate antithesis of boredom is that opportunity to think deeply, especially if you have your phone gone, not with you, no headphones in your ears. And if you do have your phone for emergencies or something along those lines, keeping it on silent, not on vibrate, you may only have that opportunity all day where nobody's bothering you. Somebody's not knocking on your door. Somebody's not interrupting you. And if you work in open offices, there's not all this noise and all this commotion going on. This may be the only opportunity all day long to have this moment to be deeply in thought. And there's a lot of power to this. The thing you have to be mindful of is this is a new thing. If you don't do this, it takes time for your brain to kind of relax and let go and for these benefits to pop in. So try and schedule some time, pop outside. It's also great to get sunshine, breathing the fresh air and all these things. Those are also great benefits from it as well. But give it some time, give it a few weeks. If you can do it every day, it's great, but try to get out once, twice, 3 times a week. Give yourself the opportunity for deep thinking. It's a great way, like I said, to not only solve problems and come up with different strategies and really get through, but it's an opportunity for you to think deeply. Another thing to help with this, like I said, is practicing memory. Jim Quick is my favorite guy. He's got great things. He's got tons of stuff for free. He's got a great book to Limitless, I believe it's called, or something along those lines. I'll link in the show notes for you guys. It's a great book on memory. I mean, obviously, I'm not being the greatest spokesperson for that at the moment, but there's so many things in my mind trying to get all this out. Great stuff. That is one way to help us cultivate this discipline, this strategy for being able to think deeply, to be able to eliminate these distractions, to embrace boredom. Also, Digital Minimalism is a great book. Also, same author from Deep Worth, Cal Newport. Great book. They also go into a little bit about this as well. So you may be thinking to yourself, yeah, but this isn't for me. So, but who is this for? Who is this boredom challenge for? I'll tell you who it's for. Anyone that wants to be, I'm being conservative here, in the top 5% in your job, in your city, in your field, or in your industry. How is this possible, Tyson? Let me tell you. The bar for excellence is so fucking low. I mean, basement level low. It doesn't take much for you to become the top of the heap, the top of your league. People, more and more every day, especially as these older generations go out and these newer generations come in, these are the distracted folks. These are the people not putting in the work. These are the people not deep thinking. It does not take a lot to be the best. It doesn't take a lot. The bar is so fucking low. It's sad, but that's okay. You can raise the bar. You can be in the top of your field. Let all these people go. Don't worry about them. You want to be the best. You want to be better. You want to be the top of your thing. It doesn't take much. Okay. This is one of the strategies to be the best. Imagine if you can get off of fucking Twitter, get off of fucking Instagram. I was doing some research and stuff. 100 billion hours of social media is consumed a day. Don't be one of these fools. It does not take a lot. It doesn't take your whole day to do this. It just takes a few hours of this deep work to get these things done and to be the best, to be great. I'm going to do another episode later on about this. Quick little thing. I was doing this Wim Hof. So if you know who Wim Hof is, Iceman, look it up. I'll link to him. I'm going to skip this. We're doing this breath work. And I was turning my son on to this. He's 10. I think he was 9 at the time. And so first of all, to know who Wim Hof is, you got to be concerned about your health. Okay. And you got to then be concerned about what's going on here, the breath work, the ice baths, and all these things. So it's pretty fringe already. You know, you're in a small set of people. Okay. And then you've taken this one step further and you've downloaded the Wim Hof app. Okay. Millions of people have downloaded this app. And then you've taken it a step further and you've paid for this add-on. So this is why I'm at. I've paid for this add-on because I want to learn these a little bit more advanced techniques. So we click into the app and we load up the video. We watch the video. We do the exercises. And when the video's done, we get a little achievement, a little gamification. We're in the top 94% of people in the world. So you're in this fringe community. You've downloaded this app. You've paid for it. The bar to be in the top 94% is to fucking open the video. Nobody knows if you do it. Nobody knows anything. Opening the video. That's how low the bar is. Look around you and understand how low the bar is. It's pathetic. But we're not going to dwell on that. We are going to raise it up. We're going to become the people that set the benchmarks. We're going to be the top 5%. I really honestly think if you really nail this down, it would be very easy to be in the top 1 or 2% in your field, in your industry, absolutely in your city, because it's so easy to leapfrog all these fools. Okay. It's as simple as pressing play and doing the fucking work. And it's not hard. And you're in the top 95%. That's just one example. These examples are everywhere. The bar is so low. I got my car serviced. Every time I get my car serviced, at the best place I know to get it serviced, it's always shitty. Because there is no pride in work. There is no integrity in the quality of job. There's no professionalism anymore like there used to be. And then they call and they text and they want emails. And how do we do? If you're doing a fucking good job, you don't got to ask shit. Because you know we did an excellent job. We know we performed above and beyond all expectations. Because not only after our technicians have done the work, a quality control person has come by, verified the work was done up to standards, exceeding standards. The vehicle was clean and tidy before the customers ever called to come in. That is an environment where you do not need to ask if we did a good job because you fucking know you did. Nobody's questioning you. And in fact, they're calling you and saying, thank God somebody is doing a fucking good job nowadays. I don't know how many times I get fired up about this because I don't know how many times service people come, things get done, shit half-assed. They want tips. They want review. Do the work. Like I told this last time, I don't think I should have to tell professionals that they're doing a shitty job. So that's what you need to do. The basement is the fucking highest level nowadays. Get out of the basement and be better. It doesn't take much deep work to write your book, to write your screenplay, to get your app going, to get your shit going. And trust me, I'm victim of this shit. I love the resistance. The resistance and me are best friends. But I know right now I'm outperforming most people because I understand these things and I can sit down and say, "Ooh, I know who's got me today. Man, resistance has got my hands tied." And I'm saying, fuck that. And I'm going to move forward. And I battle this every day. Okay. Now, what do we do, Tyson? We talked about all this stuff. I hear you. I feel you. I hope you feel the passion, because this is one of the things that just drives me nuts. Okay. Because it's so easy to help yourself, to give yourself a hand up. So many things out there. There's so many things. If we got off the distractions, we could figure this stuff out. We could find resources. We could find things. All right, let's go. Beginner level. You're new to this. You think I'm fucking crazy, but you feel the passion and you're like, okay, I'm gonna give this a go, because you must be onto something if you're this crazy about this. This is what I want you to do. All right, beginner level. Okay, start small. At a stoplight, or standing in line. This is gonna be novel. You think I'm crazy? Don't grab your phone. In fact, when you stop at the stoplight, when you're standing in line somewhere, look around and watch heads dip to their laps. Blows my mind. I've seen people 4, 5, 8 car lengths ahead of somebody because they're on their fucking phone. Okay? That's the beginner level. Stop that. Okay? I'm going to go on here. When you feel the urge to do something with the 11 seconds you've recently found available, ask yourself, why are you checking IG, TikTok, whatever your thing is, or if you have a new message from somebody, most likely cannibalizing your time with dumb shit. That's where it starts. The mindfulness, this awareness, okay? That's where it starts. Is when you start to see, why am I doing these things? That's where beginner, okay? Then I want you to do is turn off all non-essential notifications on your phone and your computer. You don't need a ding when a fucking email comes in on your computer, okay? You are the one in charge here. You're going to lie to yourself. Hey, that's on you, bro, okay? You're the only one that knows what's essential, all right? And I'd also urge you, especially, maybe during work hours, if not during fucking family time, so turn your phone on silent, not vibrate so you can hear it buzz. Silent, okay? And then the last level of beginner is to set a limit to shut off your most used apps after a certain amount of usage, okay? On all phones nowadays, if you've got the most up-to-date software, it shows you how long you're on Instagram today, how long you're on email, how long you're on these apps. I want you to spend 5 or 10 minutes, go into that thing, see 2, 3 top used apps. And I want you to look at that and say, Instagram, I was on this thing for 6 hours today. Just today, not me. Example. And I want you to cut that in half, okay? So if you're a 6-hour Instagram guy, you're gonna set a limit to shut the app down after 3 hours, okay? Go through all your apps and do all that stuff. That's beginner level. Those are the levels within the levels, all right? Next, intermediate, okay? So you got all this. You feel good about the beginner stuff. Maybe you want to just dip your toes right into a little bit harder level. You really want to get yourself going. That's what I want you to do. Put on your big boy or big girl pants and think about the rules/habits you're going to adopt to break free from your slave owner. Take breaks from focus, not distraction, and schedule fuck off time. All right. Like we talked about earlier, when we're going to go from high level tasks to low level tasks. Okay. So you're going to schedule these things into your day. When you feel the urge, revert back to deep work, chapter 2, he really gets in depth about this. You feel the urge to have to Google something, to have to do something, adjust your schedule to bring your next block of fuck off time down, but no sooner than 5 minutes. If you start to break this rule, your brain's not going to respect this rule and it's going to go out the window. Okay. And then when it's fuck off time, enjoy social media, enjoy texting back your friends, all the dumb shit, laugh at all the cat videos and enjoy all the conspiracy theories you can handle. All right. Schedule non-negotiable, uninterruptible, deep work time. So this is anywhere between 1 hour to 3. Some people can go to 4 hours, and then really our brains really start to kind of get fried. So you don't want 20-minute chunks all day long. because then you really can't get into a flow. So you want to try and schedule 60, 90 minute. If you can do 3-hour blocks, I try to do 3-hour blocks. And then that way you can really get into flow. You really get that steam. When you know what I'm talking about, when you're feeling that and you're just going, you're flowing, everything's going great. And you're building or whatever you're doing, whatever everything is. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, whoa, man, lunchtime is over. I just blew right through this. That's what we want to schedule. Okay. And then you can schedule your fuck off times and different things and that. Understand your schedule. Be honest with yourself. You're the only person you're going to lie to. Ain't nobody else know but you. Okay. And then the next level is turn off all texting, chatting, and social media apps. Shut them off. Shut them down. Okay. Unless there's an emergency, work, family, whatever. I have exceptions on my phone where only like my wife and like my brother, sister, and my mom and dad they don't typically bother me. The only time they call me is for something typically important. So I don't have to worry about them bothering me with fucking cat memes. So these are the only essential things that can bust through my walls on my phone. Okay. And these are especially dialed up in the evening when it's family time. I think I've talked about this in other places. I will link to some things for you guys if you're interested. Now, expert level, or for those trying to break free from the resistance, you just want to go right to the gusto. This is what you got to do. The other things apply, absolutely. I think the most important thing is to delete everything from your phone. Ooh, that's scary. I've done it. Feels weird. Delete all the social media, delete all the email, delete all that nonsense off your phone. Okay. It's weird. It's hard. That phantom like checking things, ooh, that's tough. But the freedom, day 2, day 3, really it just kind of disappears and you're good. Now, do this. In the book, he recommends 30 days, which is awesome. I find that a 7-day challenge seems to be a little more palatable for people that are a little scared. So choose your poison. Anywhere in between that minimum 7 days, running out to 30. And then when you're done, I need you to look deep within your own soul. Like I said, you're only lying to yourself. Okay. What is truly and honestly necessary to be left back on your phone? Everything else is deleted, leave it deleted. I guarantee you will live. You'll probably live better. Okay. And that's it. Those are the levels. That's the story right there. Like I said, I'll link to everything I talked about here. So now, what are we going to do? How are we going to get this moving? How are we going to implement this challenge? This is what you do. Schedule a day to start. Commit to that date. Commit to yourself. Commit to your family. Commit to your loved ones. Commit to a better life for you. Okay? And start. It will be hard. You will face difficulties. You will fail. Then you will get back up and you will fight. Fight for your freedom. Freedom from distraction. Freedom to concentrate. Freedom to create. Freedom to build something great. Freedom to break free from that slave owner in your pocket. Today, I want you to fight for that freedom. Okay? That's all, folks. You know what to do. Share this with people that you know can benefit from this, that want to be in the top of their field, want to be in the top of their industry, want to be the top in their city. Okay? Share this with them. Get together. Do a group challenge. All you guys get together. Hold each other accountable if that's what you need. That's the best way to help the show. That's the best way to help your community. That's the best way to help your neighbors. It's the best way to help your family. It's the best way to help yourself. Okay. You like what we got going on here? Leave a like, leave a review. As always, in between shows, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, if you like the video version, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Check us out in your favorite podcast app, which is probably where you're already at now. Hit that subscribe if you're new here. For past episodes and links to everything I talk about, you can visit socialchameleon.show. Until next time, don't let distraction win. Embrace boredom. Keep learning, growing, and transforming into the person you want to become.